Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something really crucial for keeping projects, well, on track and actually worthwhile. The business case.
That's right, and we'll be looking at its role across the entire project lifecycle, drawing some insights from Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon.
Exactly, because often I think people see the business case as just that initial hurdle, right? Get it approved and move on.
hmm But the approach we're diving into sees it very differently. It's not a one-off thing.
So our mission today is to really understand how that business case acts more like maybe a compass, guiding the project continuously.
A compass is a good way to put it. Its fundamental purpose, really, is to ensure the project remains justified.
Remains justified. How so?
Well, you're constantly looking at it in terms of the value it's supposed to deliver versus the costs, the risks that pop up, and, critically, does it still fit with the overall business goals? It's not static.
Right, because things change. So
Yeah.
it's less, we got approval, full steam ahead, and more continuous checking.
Exactly. That ongoing evaluation is absolutely central to making informed decisions during the project. Is this still the right thing to be doing? Does it make strategic sense now?
That feels like a significant shift from just getting that initial okay.
It is, and it counters that common idea that justification is just a day one activity. The business case should be a living document, almost.
Okay, so if that's what it is for, maybe we should clarify what it's not primarily for. Sometimes roles get a bit blurry in projects.
Good point. It's definitely not the main tool for, say, monitoring achievements against the plan, like tracking tasks and deadlines.
Right, that sounds more like progress tracking, checking milestones.
Precisely. That belongs under the progress theme, you could say. And similarly, assessing and controlling risks.
Also crucial, but a separate focus.
Yes, that's the risk theme. While risks obviously impact the business case's viability, managing them is its own discipline.
And what about the nuts and bolts of delivery, like the logistics?
Uh-huh. Describing how things get delivered, the schedule, resources, that's all covered in the plans. The business case is the why, the plans are the how and when.
So pulling it back together then, the essential function, the real job of the business case throughout the project is what?
It's establishing the methods, the criteria to judge whether the project is still justified. It's there to support decision-making. Should we continue? Should we change course? Should we maybe even stop?
Based on whether it still provides value and aligns with where the organization wants to go.
Exactly. That continuous justification is key. It ensures you're not just finishing a project, but finishing a project that still matters and delivers the intended benefits at every major point.
That makes a huge amount of sense. It prevents throwing good money after bad, so to speak, if the context has changed.
Right. Keeps the investment sound.
So the big takeaway here seems to be, don't just write the business case and file it. Treat it as a dynamic tool for ongoing justification.
Absolutely. It's about ensuring the project remains a worthwhile investment from the beginning right through to the end, based on solid current reasoning.
Which leads to a really interesting question for you listening. How might adopting this mindset, this continuous evaluation of why you're doing a project, change how you approach your work?
It really pushes for more adaptability, doesn't it? A more critical look throughout.
It certainly does. A shift from just doing to doing the right thing. If you want to explore this concept and others in more depth, we definitely recommend checking out Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon.
A very solid resource.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.